Good morning, ladies, and happy Monday. Rise on up. It is the start of a brand new week, a brand new day. You're awake, so that means you're here for something. Let's see. Great weekend. A lot catching up, especially travel the next few weeks. A lot of meetings and trainings, but I'm happy because it's all good. Everything's falling into place as I am thankful for, especially with all of the system changes and things like that going on. However, I will be heading to Ybor City here shortly, so I'm hopping on to do our Bible study. For the start of the day, we are going to be starting on Psalms chapter 7, 8, and 9 today, and verse 1 goes like this. Now, Psalm 7 is prayer and praise for deliverance from enemies. This was a meditation of David, which he sang to the Lord concerning the words of Cush, a Benjaminite. Verse 1. O Lord my God, in you I put my trust. Save me from all those who persecute me and deliver me, lest they tear me like a lion, rending me in pieces while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there is iniquity in my hands, if I have repaid evil to him who was at peace with me, or have plundered my enemy without cause, lest the enemy pursue me and overtake me. Yes, let him trample my life to the earth and lay my honor in the dust. Verse 6, Arise, O Lord, in your anger. Lift yourself up because of the rage of my enemies. Rise up for me to the judgment you have commanded. So the congregation of the people shall surround you. For their sakes, therefore, return on high. The Lord shall judge the peoples. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness and according to my integrity within me. O let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. For the righteous God tests the hearts and minds. My defense is of God, who saves the upright in heart. Verse 11, God is a just judge, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he does not turn back, he will sharpen his sword. He bends his bow and makes it ready. He also prepares for himself instruments of death. He makes his arrows into fiery shafts. Verse 14, Behold, the wicked brings forth iniquity. Yes, he conceives trouble and brings forth falsehood. He made a pit and dug it out, and has fallen into the ditch which he made. His trouble shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down on his own crown. I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and I will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. We are in chapter 8, so Psalm 8 is going to be about the glory of the Lord in creation. Verse 1, O Lord, our God, how excellent is your name in all of the earth, who have set your glory above the heavens. Out of the mouth of babes and nursing infants you have ordained strength because of your enemies, that you may silence the enemy and the avenger. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moons and the stars which you have ordained, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visit him? For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet. Verse 7, All sheep and oxen, even the beasts of the field, the birds of the air, and the fish of the sea that pass through the paths of the seas. O Lord our God, how excellent is your name in all the earth. Now we're jumping on Psalm 9 now. Prayer and thanksgiving for the Lord's righteous judgments. Verse 1, I will praise you, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will tell all of your marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in you. I will sing in praise to your name, O Most High. When my enemies turn back, they shall fall and perish at your presence. For you have maintained my right and my cause. You sat on the throne, judging in righteousness. Verse 5, you have rebuked the nations, you have destroyed the wicked, you have bolted out their name forever and ever. O enemy, destructions are finished forever, and you have destroyed cities, even their memory has perished. But the Lord shall endure forever. He has prepared his throne for judgment. He shall judge the world in righteousness, and he shall administer judgment for the people in uprightness. Verse 9, the Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in the times of trouble. And those who know your name will put their trust in you, for you, Lord, have not forsaken those who seek you. Sing praises to the Lord who dwells in Zion, declares his deed among the people. When he avenges blood, he remembers them. He does not forget the cry of the humble. Have mercy on me, O Lord. Consider my trouble for those who hate me, who lift me up from the gates of death. Verse 14, that I may tell of all your praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I will rejoice in your salvation. The nations have sunk down in the pit which they made, in the net which they hid their own foot in caught. The Lord is known by the judgment he executes. The wicked is snared in the works of his hands, his own hands. Meditation. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. For the needy shall not be For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Verse 19, arise, O Lord, do not let men prevail. Let the nations be judged in your sight. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Now, just so we have a little backside, it says here in the Study Bible, chapter 789, it's going to be an innocent plea for protection from the false accusations of enemies is reflected. But the psalmist also asked that his enemies overcome him if he was in the wrong. The psalmist's enemies were viewed as the enemies of the Lord. The Lord Most High is a title found only twice in the Psalms. An exaltation of the majestic name of the Lord is the refrain that both begins and ends with this poem. While the primary emphasis is on the excellence of God, in chapter 8, a secondary emphasis falls on the worth and dignity of those created in God's image. God created us in his image. He also recreated believers. And the Psalm of Thankful Praise in chapter 9 celebrates the Lord's righteous judgments. Psalm 9, closely related in form and language, appears as a single psalm in the Septuagint, a Greek translation of the Hebrew, OT. Both psalms express confidence in God's victory over evil, and to know refers to personal, intimate knowledge. Therefore, those who possess such knowledge and put their trust in the Lord experience his protection during troubled times, prompting the psalmist to encourage his listeners to sing praises to the Lord. And that is oh so very right. Sing praises, stay prayed up in the word, because a lot of our trials and tribulations throughout the days that we might face, a good portion of it can be just based off of the decisions and the path that we decided to choose for ourselves, instead of stopping and praying and asking God if that's what he wanted us to do. I know a lot of that kind of scenarios in my background, so if you want some stories, you can hop on over to Facebook and Instagram, where I pretty much post about 98% of the time, and I can give you plenty of testimonies of all that. But I gotta get moving. I gotta drive. However, it is nice joining with you guys this morning. We're gonna start off strong. Let's do this. I hope you have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.